So in this video we are making these absolutely stunning blooms. Let's go! Right, we are back and I've got my leveling table out, so I mean business. So many of you have probably seen this because I'm seeing it everywhere still, and it's not an old video, but it was earlier this year. Resin made these absolutely gorgeous coasters. I'm gonna try it because I keep seeing this video and I think the universe is saying, Dan, you've got to try this. Now, I've had good blooms with the collab resin, but for this one I am using the regular Resin 1-1, which is a slightly lower viscosity to the collab resin. I've got some new moulds that Resin has sent me, which they used in the video. And there's a few things that I haven't got that they used in the video. The gold chip-ins that they place in there, I'm not fussed about that. I just want to get the petals and the colours right. What else have I not got? I haven't got the gold marker. If I can find one, I'll do it. And I haven't got the white pigment that they used. I believe it was the ocean white that they used, but I'm just going to use what I've got, which is the Armour Art white pigment paste. Right, let's get mixing. I almost forgot, the alcohol ink colours that they used were purple and magenta, and then they backed it with a blue sapphire, or a sapphire blue. So these alcohol inks are from the large 26 ink alcohol ink set. So I have my resin mixed, and I'm even going to get it to the same temperature that Let's Resin did in their video, which was 32.8 degrees Celsius or 91 degrees Fahrenheit. And as always, check the temperature of your resin constantly because you do not want a flash cure. So my resin is just about to hit 32 degrees Celsius. Now, I normally do this a different way when I do my blooms. Normally I would mix my white up before pouring into the coaster molds, but I'm just going to follow what they do in their video. We're now at 32.5, but I'm gonna pour now because it's starting to accelerate pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna pour into each of the molds. If I've got leftover resin, it doesn't matter because I've got a side project I can use. I'm not gonna pour too much. I want a fairly shallow pour to begin with. So I've gone about halfway, so I'm now gonna mix up my white. I'm gonna mix up a little bit more than what I need, just to be safe. So I'm normally quite shy when it comes to my white pigment, and it's never very strong, so I'm going to add a little bit, be brave and add a little bit more this time. Hopefully it will show through a bit better, and just make sure that's thoroughly mixed in. And I'm going back with the piping bag for this one just because that's what they used in their video, but I do want a nice opaque white. And then just pour that into my piping bag. I'm not going to do it up yet. I'm going to drop my inks first and then we can move on. Okay, so it was just a magenta, just dropped around each one. I probably went in with a bit too much magenta and then just a purple. I'm only showing you the one. And then I've just cut my piping bag a little bit wider than what I normally would as well. And we're just going to swirl that around a few times in each one. And if you make any little blobs like this, just quickly just move that and spread that out, just so it doesn't sink. Now with this one, I'm going to try something different. I've seen a few different artists do. I haven't tried it yet. It's just drop some, it's probably going to blob, knowing my luck. Just drop some white pigment into the center and then do our swirl. Sorry about my focus, I forgot to lock it. As always, massive shout out to my channel members, anyone who's bought me a coffee or a super thanks. Very much appreciated. Just going to try and fish out that little drizzle that I put in there, because that will stand out. Okay, they're already starting to spread. So all I'm going to do now is use my dotting tool. I'm not going to go as deep as to touch the mould, and I'm just going to bring that in, just cleaning my stick each time. And this one I'm only going to bring in the sides. I'm not going to drag anything outwards. And then I'll try and get a nice little hyperlapse, but I think most of the resin has now pulled in. We're just going to give that middle a nice swirl, just like that. And then on this one we're going to come in, same as before, but then after that swirl I'm just going to bring out these tips on each petal, starting from just after the middle, so you can see that these small loops here. So I'm just dragging those out. So on this one I've never done a stir with these dotty things in the middle, so I'd be interested to see what they actually come out like, but I'm trying not to disturb them. I don't know the correct way of doing this. I'm just going to wing it. I think that's it. I don't think I want to pull these out because that's going to disturb what I've done in the middle, but I think it'll be interesting to see anyway. Right, I'll see you for stage 2. Before I go, what you can now do is just very gently work out any of these bubbles that are in the corner, and once they've risen to the surface you can just pick them out one by one. Right, we're all set. I sped the second layer up on the heat mat. I was going to finish filming last night, but the light was terrible, so I sped it up for no reason at all. So I tried to get the hyperlapse, but as predicted, the bloom happened so quickly, the hyperlapse just didn't come out really. So let's start. I want to save the one with the dots in the middle till last, I think. Let's start up here. I'm just hoping that the white was strong enough. Really don't know. It doesn't look that strong. Wow. I see. I definitely need some of that ocean white that Let's Resin have, because it looks a lot lighter than the pigment paste, but it's a lot more opaque. I think maybe I needed a smidge more of my white pigment, but that is super cool. I think it's just a little bit too translucent, so the blue is cancelling out some of the petals, but it's still really, really cool. As always, give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment. If you haven't subbed, hit that button for me. Go with this one. Wow. Now, I've said pretty much on every bloom video I've done that I've got my best blooms yet. I think I have, even though the white is not as opaque as I wanted. These blooms are incredible. Not exactly the same as the video that I wanted to get, but it's a step. Look at that. I wonder what that would look like on a black background. I don't think it would make much of a difference because that blue is already there. Absolutely stunning. Let's go up here. As always, all the links for the products I have used are in the description box below, just down there where it says more. Wow. I love the way the alcohol inks just define the petals really nicely. Absolutely stunning. Right, did the little blobs work? Let's find out. Never done it before. Probably sunk and touched the bottom of the mould. Knowing my luck. Oh wow. They haven't, I don't think they've touched. If they have, you can't notice. That is incredible. Probably my favourite bloom. I know I say it a lot. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Right, yeah. Give the video a thumbs up, drop me a comment, even if it's a smiley face. Hit that sub button and I will see you for the next one. Bye for now.